Welcome to the TPC Desktop video series. In this video, we'll look at a new feature in TPC Desktop 2017 called Font Tools. I've opened up one of our sample surveys. I just want to bring up the drawing view, and I've gone to the Drawing Data Manager here and displayed the fonts that are used in the drawing. So if I expand the font branch, I can see that here are a bunch of fonts that are used in the drawing. And if there's one of these fonts I don't want, in fact, I can see it's not used at all, one of the new things I can do with the font tools is expand the font tools menu and just come in and tell Traverse PC I want to delete that font so I can get rid of it. However, in this particular example, I see that I've used this imprint MT shadow for quite a number of fonts, 18 of them in fact. And maybe my county surveyor has sent me a note that said this font isn't reproducing well, or we're not accepting that font, or maybe I've just decided not to use it anymore. So I want to convert this to a different font. And now, instead of selecting each of the objects at a time and converting them, I'm going to let the font tools do it for me. So I'm going to right-click, go to the font tools, tell Traverse PC I want to delineate these fonts in the drawing, and I'm going to delineate all the fonts. So I can delineate just paper space or just survey space, but I'm going to delineate all the objects that use that font. And you can see I've got some paper space objects here in the title. I've got some survey space objects with the street name, this cemetery name down here. So I've selected all those fonts. I can see where I'm using them. And I want to come back to the font tools now and tell Traverse PC to convert that. So it's going to tell me I'm using the imprint MT shadow, and I'm going to convert that to an Arial black. Okay. So from this font to this font, I hit apply. Traverse PC makes the changes, and I'm done. So can you imagine how great this would be on page 2 of your plat where you do all your narrative, to come into a font and say, you know, I want to change the size of all the font text objects that are using that font from 1/800 of an inch to 1/10 of an inch. I can do it with one command, just like I can convert the font here. Now, not only are the font tools available from the Drawing Data Manager, but watch what happens if I just right-click a font. So I'm clicking a text object that uses this font. I go to Font Tools. Just like I could do before, I can delineate every text object that uses that font, both in survey space, paper space, or both. And then I can go back in and say, Font Tools, convert that font. And just for the sake of this video, let's convert that right back to imprint MT shadow. So let's find it right here. Apply. And I'm right back to where I started a moment ago. See how quickly it is then for me to convert lots of text objects and change the font properties or the font that's used and manage the fonts within a drawing. I think you're going to find the font tools to be a real time saver as you move drawings forward and projects forward in Traverse PC.